Hello, guys and girls. Jokester here, bringing you another episode of FTB Unstable. We're up to episode 19 already, and as you can see, my crystal generator is just cranking along. We already have a chest full of crystals, and we're filling up the vacuum chest now. And so I've already filled up my Tartaric gem. The highest tier goes up to 16,384. So we're all good there. I'm going to go ahead and shut that off. And that'll stop running. Couple of other things I did is that let's go down here. So in here, this guy was filling up with experience, and I wanted to capture this up in my where all the rest of my experience is. So I ran a fluid conduit from underneath here. I don't know if we can see that or not. Let me just pull this out here. See if we can get a glimpse of that. Yeah, so you can see the fluid conduit goes way down there and kind of snakes around over here and then on up. And so let's go on up, and then that comes underneath here. And so you can see it comes on all the way on up and goes into here. And now, after running my that wither farm just for about 5 minutes, I've gotten 71 experience points. And let me show you what what this has collected. It is just so full of all the stuff that that they drop. So I've got 3 stacks of wither skeleton skulls, and I should have plenty and for anything I ever need. But today we want to get into some more environmental tech. Now we have this this solar cell right here. It's the first tier, and it produces roughly, yeah, I removed the capacitor here, but it produces roughly 1100 RF per tick when it's daytime out. But we want to do the next step. If we look at environmental, so we know we have the first tier of solar panel. The second tier we can get to, and that's not too bad. It's just some gold, or I mean some diamonds with it, and we need 1 more of those solar panels. But to get to the third tier, we're going to need this mica. And if we look at the uses of this mica, and we go over here, let's see, how do we get, let's see, recipe, there it is. So if we look at that, it only comes from the resource miner with a white lens. So let's look at what it takes to do the resource miner. So the resource miner is not too bad. It's a block of gold, an end stone, some moss stone, and netherrack. Now, I believe we can make moss stone if we just have some vines. There's a vine ball from Botania, and of course we can get it from the resource miner, but you know, we need that. And there's some forestry stuff that we can do. You can put in here the moldy, you put wheat in, you get moldy wheat, then you get decaying wheat, and then you put cobble in, and that turns into moss stone. But we don't have that set up yet. We can also imbue this. One of the things that I've been getting out of my my quarry here has been moss stone. So we're going to need 1 of those from here. Now that's really nice, but I just want to show you there's other ways to get it in case you don't have moss stone. You can also find a spawner, you know, a dungeon spawner, and you know, moss stone is surrounding that. But we haven't ever found one in all of our travels yet. So I just grabbed it from there from my quarry. It's really nice. So let's go ahead and try to make this. What are we going to need? We're going to need to gather the netherrack and 1 of those, and our end stone, which I think I put in, where did I put my end stone? There it is. We're going to need 1 of those, and then we're going to need a whole bunch of 3, 4, 5, 6, I believe. So let's see if that's everything we need. And then good, and we're going to need to make 1 of these guys. So we're going to need a lens, which needs this clear glass. Clear glass is just this enriched sand cooked. The enriched sand is just nether quart and sand. So I've already cooked up a whole stack of this, so we'll use that. Hopefully that'll be enough, and we'll make these 2. Grab me 1 of those. All right, so there's our clear lens, and we're going to need a resource miner. We should have everything we need for that, or I'm sorry, a laser core. And so then the resource miner should be able to be made. Now if we place this down just like we did with our solar panel, and we use our handy dandy little assembler here, we can see that it's also going to be bottom left. It's got to see bedrock. Any block below the laser core must let light through, and so on. and it takes 10,000 RF per tick. Now we're not going to be able to produce that quite yet, but we can throw some power at it, and it'll go slower essentially. So we need 2 laser cores and 20 machine base. So let's do some laser cores. So let's see, laser cores are right here. We'll need 2 of those, and then we need these machine base, right? Let me just see. Yeah, 20 machine base. Now, we have 3 different colors. We can make where's the machine bases? All right, so we've got the basalt one, the alabaster one, or the hardened stone. I've got all of them, but I kind of like the look of this basalt one. So maybe we'll make this. Yeah, we need the basalt, which is here. So let's grab a stack of that, even though we don't really need a full stack. So let's make 20 of those. I didn't need 20. I needed 2. Oh. No, I did need 20. Okay, good. And there's 20, and then we need 24 structure blocks. And so this is where we can also have the same choice. We can do hardened stone, we can do the alabaster, or we can do the basalt. So maybe we'll mix it up and we'll do some hardened stone. And I've already collected a whole bunch of hardened stone from my quarry, or from my miner, my builder, technically. And so we'll grab 24 of them, was it? Yeah, 24 of them. So let's grab 24 of those guys. And I think we're going to need more gold and probably some more redstone. Let's see, where am I? Where am I? Help me out here. There we go. And probably that's that. Okay, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that should be everything we need now, right? Oh, and then we need that actual lens. So we got to make 1 more of those lenses, and we want the white lens, right? So we're going to have to make a clear lens and put it with some bone meal. If you recall, the first one was just to make the actual resource miner itself. So we're going to need this, and then we'll need a little bone meal, which I don't really keep that on hand. I have so many bones. I'm just destroying bones left and right. So I don't care about how much I get out of bone meal. I could put that in the sag mill and it gets me a little bit more. Okay, we should have everything. So let's pick this guy up, and we will, this is regular basalt. Good. Okay, so I've already hollowed a place all the way down to bedrock from here. I found a little bit of diamonds while I was at it. So let's go ahead and throw this up here. It really doesn't matter how high you go. I'm going to put it up, let's say right here. All right. And it just needs to be up above just a little bit. I want it up a little bit higher just so it looks nice. Now, remember, we left click on it. It shows what the needs are, what the recipe is, or the other way is we could have looked in our digital guide. Now, this doesn't quite show the recipe, but we can actually read more about it. And that's about all it gives for the resource miner. Now, there's some other things we can do. We can look at the assembler. This will actually show you. If you ever forget what the commands are, you hold right click and it'll assemble it, which is what we're going to do. You shift right and it will instantly break it. And of course, left click, which we've already seen, shows all the blocks that's needed. So there's some goodness in here. You know, it shows you lightning rod, which I do want to get into. That'll be a lot of fun. Look at that. 32,000 or 32 million RF when you build the tier 4 per lightning strike, and during a lightning storm it hits multiple times. So solar array, of course, we've already looked at this, and so on. All right, so it's a pretty decent manual. I like it. I just wish they would give a little bit more detail. It's not the end of the world though. Okay, so we hold down right on this, and let's get up here so we can see it building. That's kind of fun. Oh, I held down shift. Okay, let's make sure it's all built. Yep, and we should have everything out of our inventory. The white lens, though, did not go in. And that might be because, yeah, we've got that alabaster. So let me get down here. All right, so let's get down here. And actually, going to get all those out. Now we should be able to finish it off. There we go. Now it placed those guys in. Okay, and I already see that going down to the bottom. Cool. Now, so this needs a. I'm not gonna. There we go. Okay, so this needs a chest on top and power. So I've made two different chests. So we know the diamond chest, and let's take a look at these guys real quick. So let's do the diamond chest, and then I also made one of these compact chests. Remember how in an earlier episode I talked about how it always seems to give me white? Well, this is interesting because it actually, another time when I placed it down, it was actually the color I made it. So it's pretty odd that that it's just kind of colors are a little wonky. So take a look at this inventory. It's pretty big from a standard chest goes, right? We love the iron chest mod. So that's pretty good. But this guy holds a heck of a lot more. And I'm going to try to use this guy here and see if we can actually get it to pump in there, because sometimes things don't work with it. So we'll put the chest on top. All right, now we're going to need our dimensional transceiver, and I don't think I have it in here. So I've got it here. So as you recall, dimensional transceiver coming from here. We could also build another power cell if we wanted to. All right, and so we'll place the dimensional transceiver down here. Should already be configured to have mob spawner. That should be receiving energy. No way to really know if it's receiving it other than if things show up in here. But we've also got this other variable of this chest. So we're also not nearly able to produce enough power for it. So let's go see if we can actually see what's happening. So, I'm so frustrated by this. I don't know if this is something they're working on or whatnot, but I just can't tell what my power usage is in my base. It's just, it's not something that, let's see, so that's input. Oh yeah, so this guy down here is our output, right? So how come I did see the 1100 in there, but why am I not seeing an output? I just don't know. This could be one of those goofy things where I need to break and remake it, but or replace it. So let's try that. Let's break and replace. And in theory, there's another bug. Did you notice that when I hit configure IO? It's just the whole screen is just pure blue. In theory it's working because I can hit escape and get back out. It's just, just doing weird stuff. So yeah, I mean, we're all right. So that's all there. All right, so it could also be this chest. Who knows? It could be that we're not giving enough power. It could be that power's not coming to it. That's one of the things I would love for this mod to do is show me what's happening, right? I mean, tell me what's going on. Am I getting power to it? It's just would be really helpful. But so yeah, we don't get anything here. Uses 10,000 RF per tick. So in theory, it's going to take 10 times longer. So let's leave that for right now and just see if anything comes. Otherwise, I can replace it with that other chest up there, because it might just be that the compact chest isn't able to be seen as an inventory that this can place in. So, yeah, nothing. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do is make a tier 2 solar panel, because I want to go up to the next level. So now the tier 2 requires 2 of these solar panels. Now we've already got one upstairs and we can just leverage that. Also, the other thing is, all right, so it's getting dark out, right? No, not quite. Oh, I thought it was. All right. So we have one up there for the tier 2. So all we need is some blocks of diamond and one of these standard solar cells. So let's go ahead and make that. We're probably going to need everything. So let's grab everything. All right. Tier 2, we need solar cells. We need 2 more of these. And this guy. And we're going to need blocks of diamond and 1 more of these guys. So, which needs 3 more of these. 2, 3. And 1 more of those. And we're going to need the gold and lapis. All right, we do have some gold on us. Let's see if that's enough. All right, and we're making one of these guys. All right, we have enough to make that. So let's go upstairs and grab our other one. All right, so now, normally I'd use vein miner on this, but you can actually go in here and shift right click, remember? So I can just hold down, shift right click, and just cycle my way all the way around, and it will tear this down for us. And that's the guy we really want. Okay. So I think, except for the diamond blocks, we grab those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Should have everything we need to make a tier 2. Yay! Now let's place this down. Got a whole bunch of stuff in my inventory that I'm going to put away for right now, and I'll keep the bone meal, I guess. I've got a little bit in there. I'm going to keep this, and let me get rid of this dirt. Okay, so let's place this down and see what we need. All right, so 24 structure blocks of tier 2. Now we've already got tier 1 and the tier 2 structure blocks. If we look at tier 2 structure blocks, and remember you can do any of the 3 types. So, let's say we want the hardened stone tier 2 structure blocks. It requires that tier 1 in there. And we already have those from the 1, so I just have to make a few more. So, since I've already made one of these on camera, the resource miner, I'm going to get the rest of the stuff, and I'll be right back so you guys don't have to sit through boring crafting. So just as I suspected, the compact storage chest did not work, because as soon as I put this on here, things started flowing in. What I've been waiting for is this mica. Now, mica is the only way to get this, so I've waited to start the recording again until I got full 6 of them, because I need it for multiple things. As we have already talked about, we need it for this, and if I want to go to tier 4, I have to have 2 of these guys, right? These not ore miners, the solar panels. There we go. Solar panels. I need 2 of the tier 3. So I've gathered up everything for tier 2. I'm going to need two for this. I'm going to need 2 for this, and then 2 for this one, right? So that's my 6 total. Or the other way I can go is I need 4 modifier cores, and I can also do this piezo modifier that generates, I believe the way to read this is it generates the amount of RF divided by 64 times the total number of piezos that we would have, so times 4 if we were to make all 4 of them. That would give us how much energy during when it's raining. So I think you take the total amount, let's say it's 82,000 for the high end, divide by 64 times however many number of this times 4, and that would give you how much it generates during a rainstorm. So that's my guess. So I could go that route, but you know what? Frankly, I don't care that much. I think I'm going to go all the way to tier 4. So I've gotten 25 solar panels, solar cells. I've got the 4 modifier cores. I've got the tier 4 or tier 2, structure blocks. I got to double this. Then I got to get up to tier 3, and then that's just alabaster, and then double that, and then go up to tier 3, and then double and make 2 of those guys. So quadruple this, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit of crafting and a lot of resources. So let me work on that, because I think I want to go all the way to tier 4. I want to see that big, big, big power. All right, be back in a while. And there's my tier 3 and tier 4. All right, let's see what this takes. I'm afraid to look. 8 modifier cores, no problem. 40 structure blocks, of course tier 4, so that, remember, that's every one before that, and 81 solar cells, so that's a 9x9. All right, let me get to that. 9 hours later. Oh my gosh. Guys, look at this. You need a nether star for every single tier 4 structure block. I ran out of soul sand. I had to go to the nether. Of course, I have lots of heads down there, so that wasn't a tough time. But oh my god, but we now have it. So I also had 16 mica, and so I was only able to make 4 of these piezo modifiers. But man, I just ran through the stacks and stacks of this stuff. Holy crap. I had to go to the nether and use my salamander eye, which was pretty cool. So let's grab all this stuff and let's put that away. And all right, I have a few extra stuff here. Let's put that in here. Let's go build it. So I had pulled this out where I thought it would be, but before, back when we were doing the tier 2 or 3, whatever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 by 5, that's a 9. Yeah, that actually should work right there. So let me put one of these guys down just so I can have something to block it against. And then, oh, I totally forgot my guy here. Let's grab that. I fell right back through the hole. Okay, so we should be able to put this guy down here. And then let's build this out. I'm in the way. Where can I stand? Maybe right there. All right, this is going to be epic. And of course, so I should be able to get down from below. Come on. There we go. And do it. Get everything. We got one piezo modifier still in there. There we go. All right. So in theory, that should be working. Let's go take a look at it. Yowza, that thing is crazy. Absolutely crazy. But I wanted to do it in this white because it kind of matched the roof a bit. In theory, I could replace all these just with the black ones right there, but very cool. Got my modifiers in there, so it will work with the rain in theory. So we're also going to need this guy here. Hopefully it'll still be there, and we're still configured as send solar power. Excellent. So that should be getting 36,000. Should be actually getting 82,000. Let me bring that up here. Again, I don't know what's going on with these guys, but it could be. I mean, I think these guys have a maximum of 4096, but where's the other 4,000 or 5,000? I don't know. It's getting dark. Why is it all of a sudden stopping? Oh, it's full. Duh. Okay, so if we look at this guy, the solar array, tier 4, 82,944. 83,000 RF we are now creating. It was painful though. I warn you, it literally took about 2 hours to do this. So of just nonstop, constant crafting, because you got to work through all the tiers, and then going over to the wither killer and sitting there and killing 40 withers. So permit me while I just stand back and gawk at the awesomeness of it. That was arduous, I have to admit, but how cool. How cool. Now, the other thing I wanted to get to is okay, we did the resource miner, and you can see what we've gotten so far in roughly 2 hours is that right there. Any more mica came in? No. But I got a little bit of end stone. That's kind of cool. There's a little bit of obsidian here. You could upgrade the tiers and get more if you wanted this stuff. But you know what? I consider all this kind of garbage. I mean, there's a few things like netherrack, but man, we could just go there and get that real quick. There's that moss stone. Frankly, I really don't care that much for the resource miner. What I want to do is do the ore miner. So the ore miner is a way, it's just like this guy here, right? The builder, the quarry. But it pulls in information, or pulls in ores from the void, and so it doesn't actually leave holes in the ground. It doesn't replace it with sand or dirt. I mean, like we've done before. It generates it from the void, and so we could work our way up to this as well. Let me just see here. Yeah, so this is going to need 6 here and some mica. And so doesn't seem to be as expensive. These guys are real simple to make. We've got tons of that in a lens. So that's not too bad. We might actually go up a few levels. I wonder if it tells us in the book how much power it uses. Would be really nice. Void ore miner. Nope. Ore miner. Oh, here we go. Good, good, good. 6 million RF per duration. What's the duration? I don't know. So, oh, here we go. Default duration, 400 ticks. Okay. So, yeah, that's a lot of RF. It's a lot of RF. So, it's got a 1 million RF energy buffer. So, oh, that's just tier 1. Oh, I see. Wait, tier 4 goes down. Okay. I get it. So yeah, it's more expensive to run the lower end, and it increases the energy buffer and lowers the energy cost. So yeah, so maybe we'll do that. So, oh, big sigh. Let me get cracking on that. Now, one thing I do have to do is, I'm probably going to do this off camera, is if you look at this, it requires actual ores. And so what I could do is, I mean, I don't have silk touch, so diamond ore no matter what, but I can get this from my builder, but I can't get this. So I'm going to have to go look for diamond ore. But in the meantime, I have yet to make silk touch. So I'm going to that was all the experience from the wither killing. I'm going to go make a silk touch and go try to find some diamond, and hopefully I'll be back with all the stuff we need to make the ore miner. Be back in a bit. All right, I think I've got everything I need, except I was looking and I wanted to do the cyan lens, because the cyan lens gives a higher preference for diamond ore. And while I'm not doing horrible on diamond ore, I really only have, I mean, that just ran me out of a lot. I'm down to 59 blocks. And so it seems like no matter what you choose, it just shows a preference, but gets you all the ores. So I said, you know what? The normal one has a, let's see here, void ore miner. If we go to the diamond, the normal one is the 3.7% if we use the clear lens. If we use the cyan, it's roughly 4 times as much. So I thought, you know what, might as well do that. I could also do emerald, but so far emeralds have been coming very easily, and we don't use that many, but we use a lot of diamonds. So I figured I'd do the cyan lens, but I don't have any cyan dye. So the cool thing we can do is we can make a mortar and pestle, and that's a Botania thing. And so just very simple here. Already made the bowls, and so I can make this mortar and pestle, and then, or as they call it, pestle and mortar. So then I put this in here and this in here, and I can get floral cyan powder, and then I should be able to, this guy, dye this. Oh no, you're killing me. Oh, darn it. Cyan. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Cyan lens. There it is. Got to use plain old cyan dye. All right, let me go get that. I'll be right back. So as I was looking up the recipe to find out what flour produces cyan, I noticed that you can just make cyan dye with those two. So we should be able to now put that in there and this, and that gets us our cyan lens. Okay, let's pick this up. Now the question becomes, do we want to replace this? The only thing I would need this for is mica. So I'm thinking I actually want to just replace this. So yeah, let's do that. And just use the same hole. There's that, and in theory, if I were to place this right below this, all would be good. Back up a little bit, get it right there. Okay, and then we just tell it to build. Try to get out of its way. All right, I think that might be it. So let me head down here and see. Yep, there we go. So let's see if anything's, oh, we got to get power. Yeah, got to put power right there. All right, in theory, that's doing its thing. I think that's brand new. Yeah, because I think the mica was last. So let's just make sure. Mob spawner, good. At some point, I'll rename that. So the other question is I had made 3 of these accuracy modifiers, and that should give us more diamonds, or at least hone in on that. And the 4th one, when I was making those, I just didn't have enough mica. I think I was too short. So, but now I've got enough. Yeah, there we go. All right, so it's cruising. it's cruising. So hopefully that'll be enough for the future. But this should just slowly be running and filling up. There we go. We got some things here, and so I ended up with a tier 2. The tier 3 was, let's see, environmental. The tier 3 wasn't horrible. It just meant doing all those once again, and I've had a lot of grindy creating stuff. So, and the rest of the stuff isn't too bad. So we might upgrade that in the future. It'll speed it up. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool environmental tech episode. Having fun building or making a whopping 83,000 RF per tick. That's just insane. So we should never have any power problems ever again. So yeah, that's a pretty good time. So guys, I want to thank you very much for sticking with me throughout the series. I'm having a great time. Hope you guys are too. I'm learning a few things myself, learning about new mods like environmental tech, and hopefully you guys are learning about all the things I've showed you, as well as some of these new things as well. Appreciate the likes that you've given me, and if you're new to my channel and first time seeing this, I'd appreciate a subscribe. After that, got nothing else to say, so I bid you all adieu. Take it easy.